Pastor Mike Glenn.
Hello, Rachel.
Thanks for being on.
Well, thank you for having me.
So fun. Okay, so you're the pastor of Brentwood Baptist Church
I am.
here in Nashville. Massive church. How many members do you guys have?
12,000 or so is our bragging number. So
Our bragging number.
So that's right.
So good. And you just came out with a great book.
Oh, thanks.
Which I loved, Coffee with Mom.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about it.
For 2014, we moved my mom up here. She'd been diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia, and moved up here so we could take care of her. And this is the story of, it came out of me stopping by most every morning and having coffee with her, and that was the way I would start my day. And some of our conversations and what we ended up dealing with are part of what made that book.
I love it. And she passed away.
Passed away this past July.
Okay.
And one of the hardest things of the book, as we started writing the book, then I had to go back and put everything past tense.
Yes.
And
through the
that was
manuscript.
a different kind of grief.
Yep, absolutely.
Having to go back.
And grief it's a part of, everyone experiences it on some level in their life. And as a pastor of obviously a massive church, part of your job is walking with people through the good times, through the bad times. And so I'm curious, because you've walked with, I'm sure, hundreds, maybe even thousands of families through the grief process. But have you found, or have you been in conversations around the idea that when money is not handled properly, when things are not talked about and communicated, that it adds a level of stress to families through that process?
And I've become somewhat of a zealot on this part. My family was really fortunate. Dad was very successful in his work. We had the assets we needed to take care of Mom. Dad and I were able to have long conversations about exactly how he wanted things handled. So I had the comfort of knowing I'm doing exactly what my dad wanted to do. To the point that I tease people that I'm the only man who's going to have 2 votes getting to heaven, that Jesus is going to say, well done. Then my dad's going to step around and go, well, hold on, I left the boys instructions. And
did he do what he needed to do?
Did he do what I asked him to do? And so the choices you have to make when you're walking through are never easy.
Yeah.
And if you put your family in a situation where nobody knows, they think they know. There was maybe a conversation where you might have said something offhandedly. Nobody likes having these conversations, but honestly, if you love your family, sit down with them, write it down. Here's how I want these things handled. Everything from the living will to the will of how you want your property taken care of, to who's in charge of what when.
Yep.
So that when they call you on Saturday morning at 6:30, which is when we got the call, and they said, do not come here. Go to the emergency room. It's like stepping on a landmine. You're fine one moment, and then it's click, boom,
Everything
and your whole
changes.
world blows up.
Sure.
So now I'm to the point where, I've sat down with my boys and said, here's the notebook. Something happens to me, you walk in my office, you grab this notebook, and here's everything you need.
So good, because it just removes totally that extra layer.
Yeah,
of
you don't have the
it.
capacity to make decisions, and it's like one more drop that just sends you over the edge.
It's so good. So that's kind of like the money responsibility part.
Right.
But people, if someone's watching and they're walking through grief, how would you help someone grieve well, just in general?
So the big thing I would tell people is, one, it's going to happen. You're going to grieve. Give yourself time, give yourself permission, and don't rush through it. I found out keeping a journal helps.
Okay.
Because these thoughts walk around in your head and they won't sit down because they're afraid you're going to forget them. But if you write them down, then they'll relax. And you can go back and read it in your mind to say, okay, you've written that down. Now we'll go back and look at it. Look for those things that you write about a lot.
It's good, the themes throughout it.
The themes.
So tell me about that, because we've talked about journaling on the show before, and just the power of almost even your subconscious thoughts sometimes just flow out as you're writing. So what have you seen in that's helped?
You'll go back and tell the same story again and again and again. And so when you see that 2 or 3 times in your journal, then go back and say, okay, what was it about that moment that I'm trying to hold on to, that I'm not ready to let go of? What have I not thought through, understood, so I can grieve it and release it?
Oh, it's good. So good, Mike. And those memories and having that and being able to document, whether it's through journaling, through memory, and even for you, the book.
Right.
Having it in here, it's powerful. And so while we have fun on this show, 100%, and we enjoy our life and there's things to do, there are these topics that are hard to talk about, but it's important to open up the door and to find a resource in your life, whether it is a pastor, whether it is a friend, a counselor, to walk through this, because it's an important topic.
It's the way you love your mom now.
Yeah. So good.
So.
Okay, Coffee with Mom.
Coffee with Mom.
Mike Glenn, and where can people pick it up?
Anywhere books are sold.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.
All right, thank you,
Great
Rachel.
wisdom. Thank you.
Great to be here. Thank you.